Robbie Crane with Black Star Writers, and I'm here at Sawtooth headquarters, enjoying some beautiful music and instruments and all the great things that they make, from cajones to djembes to great drums to amazing bass guitars. Today I'm going to talk about the acoustic Sawtooth Rudy Sarzo acoustic electric fretless bass. It's not often that you see such a well-crafted bass in general, acoustic-wise, but a fretless one, much less, is just, it's amazing. It has the flame maple top with the ebony bridge and the ebony fretboard, the distressed hardware, which I love, I think is amazing. It's made out of flame maple, front to back. As you can see here, the back is made really nice with just beautiful aesthetics and inlays. Look at the flame maple on that. It's just such a beautifully well-made, hand-oiled, hand-stained guitar. I think just about anybody can really pick this bass up and get the fretless feel and be able to kind of get yourself around this neck. It has the flame maple inlays, which were put into the neck, and fret markers, so you see where you're at. You're quite literally in pitch wherever you are. Anyone who's from the novice to the professional, you can come in and be right in tune. You can just really get a feel for it right out of the gate. Again, I first picked one of these up, and my first thought was, well, that's going to be interesting. It has fret markers in it. And I quite literally was able to just hit it right out of the gate. And again, you will too when you pick one of these up. To talk about Jaco Pastorius's intonation and how perfect it was. And that was what Jaco was really well known for. It's like his perfect fretless intonation. And the reality is that Jaco, and he'll tell you this on the Bass of Doom, he had taken his own frets out and put some epoxy inside the fret lines, so he actually could see the fret markers in there. And this is a lot of the same thing. It's just a little bit more visual, but Jaco Pastorius's intonation played a big hand in the fact that he had fret markers in there. So for you as a player and an acoustic player, you too can have that perfect intonation, much like Jaco Pastorius did. The Fishman preamp, I'm a huge fan. I love the features it has on it. It has a built-in tuner. You can tune your bass right out of the gate, on stage in the studio. It has a phase inverter right here, which is always handy. I've always found that the phase inversion can bring out different tonal aspects of the bass and of the preamp. Has a parametric EQ inside of it right here. You can do bass and treble and adjust them up and down. Beautiful fret sound hole here, which I again appreciate so very much. Being an acoustic player, that I play a lot of different situations, whether it be live on stage, which I use this bass, particularly on one of our bigger ballad songs called Blindsided. I recorded with a fretless bass, and it's nice to be able to emulate that live. We do it in an acoustic setting now, and so I find myself absolutely playing this bass and just having the ability to just play it a fretless live and not have to worry about the intonation. Look, I'm not Jaco Pastorius, and neither are you, but there are very few that are. But to be able to have that flavor and that tonal aspect on stage, and in the band or in an acoustic setting, is just it's a beautiful thing. The aesthetics on this bass are wonderful. We have the bass clefs in it. Again, the flame maple top. The neck, as I've discussed in other videos and prior videos, was probably the first thing that really turned me on to this bass. Just the beautiful shape. It fits in your hand so well. It's a beautiful neck, and it's just a great radius on it. It's really well made. Rudy and Sawtooth did a wonderful job of designing this bass and making sure that it was player friendly, and its playability was the key to everything. The contour from the tail of the body design up to where the neck joint is just contours really nicely. As a player, you can play it in a traditional knee style, or you can play it in a classical position. It just really lends itself well to your body, and it contours nice. And again, the sound hole's just perfect at the perfect spot. Just one of my favorite instruments ever. You can check one of these out at sawtoothworld.com. Rudy Sarzo, Sawtooth, acoustic electric bass, fretless. Check it out.